just shy. I am shy, the person, not the adjective. And welcome to another Chill with Shy video. And yes, welcome to our second sleeving photo cards with me video. So yeah, we have quite the stack here. I usually, again, I said this in the first one, but I usually sleeve my photo cards when I get them. But because I was so busy hosting for Outlaw, I just did not have the spare time. I was just like setting aside cards from my go that are for me, and then, dedicating my time to getting my joiners orders packed and, shipped in a timely manner. So I just put it off, and now we have this huge stack of just mishmash cards that I have received. So these all need to be sleeved. As always, links to everything I use is going to be down in my little description box. But for Xikers, I always use the orange popcorn game sleeves. For anything that goes in a 9 pocket, I use the green popcorn game sleeves. And then, of course, for Ateez, I use Dragon Shields, which, y'all, was that Dragon Shield shortage like hitting for y'all? Because it was hitting for me. Thankfully, it came back in stock this morning. So, like, I ordered a case. I always buy it in bulk, obviously, because I collect so much Ateez. Like, it would not be feasible for me to buy one individual box. So I always buy a case, and I usually have, like, a full case and then like a case that I'm going through like on hand. This is my last box of Dragon Shields. Like, the terror I was feeling, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So that's also kind of why I haven't been sleeving my cards, because I was like, what am I going to need to do? Am I going to need to start like rationing Dragon Shields? Like, is this the Great Depression? No, the Great Depression was bad. Let me not make light of that. No. But yeah, now this is Chill with Shy. We're just going to say out-of-pocket things for no reason. So yeah, I have one more box of Dragon Shields, but I did just place an order for another case. Really, I should have gotten 2, but I didn't feel like spending $200 on Dragon Shields. Also, the price has increased. I used to get these for like $70 a case, and now it is a whole $100 a case over the 2 to 3 years that I've been buying cases of Dragon Shields, because I used to just buy them by the box, and then I was like, I go through so many, I need a case. And anyway, so yeah, I just bought one case because I didn't feel like spending $200 on Dragon Shields. So, I met myself in the middle, and I only spent $100 on Dragon Shields. Anyway, so yes, we are going to sleeve all of these cards and just sit and chat. So if you're up for that, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna need to sort these cards, because I really just like threw them all together. Well, not threw them. They've been in a box, like they've been safe. But this is like a miscellaneous item, or anyway, it'll be fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, I just kind of like put them all together and haven't really. So yeah, we're gonna sort it out. We're gonna get it figured. I mean, it's a linty, but like it doesn't really matter. I say as I still hesitate. Okay, I'm like this. All right, okay, this is Xikers. Oh, such cute Xikers cards. So cute. But yeah, I got a week off from work. My boss's daughter is getting married. So she's having like a whole wedding that she's like helping her daughter to prepare for, whatever. Her daughter also works at my job. It's a whole nepotism thing. I said that negatively, like people shouldn't be able to like hire their own children. They can. Does she actually do work? No, but like, I don't care if you hire your children, but they should probably do work, And she's like, oh, well, it's just because she's getting married and she's got wedding brain. And I was like, a lot of people get married and they still have to do their job. So whatever. It ain't my business, ain't my problem. So whatever. But yeah, so she closed the office and she is out of town getting ready, or not getting ready, but like her daughter's like getting married and whatever. So I have a week off. That the whole long and the short of that was that I have a week off. And so I have really just been in my heated blanket. I don't even need this minhyuk. I don't even need that minhyuk. Yeah, I really haven't left my heated blanket a whole lot. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I should be being productive. I'm not. I thought I was gonna, but I'm not. Did we run out of space for groups? Who is this? This is TXT. They didn't have a stack? They didn't have a stack. Okay. Okay. CT. Monster X. Asan. Technically still in CT. I don't even know. And then these like larger cards that I don't think will fit in a sleeve, but they do need to be put away. So, okay. All right. Okay, we got our stacks. Ateez is, as always, larger than everyone, but it's fine. It's fine. So we're going to start with, I'm going to work from my biggest sleeves to my smallest sleeves and then Ateez by themselves. So let me start with non-Xikers groups. Yeah, but I don't know what I would have done if I would have ran out of dragon shields, because like I'm not going to sleeve them in popcorn sleeves, not because I don't like them, but just because I would want consistency. Because these are like a hair thinner than dragon shields. So yeah, they don't feel the same. And also I would never remember which cards I sleeved in these to go back and re-sleeve them. Like, it would just be a whole hassle. So I was like, I'm just not gonna even sleeve these cards if it comes down to it. Oh, I'm glad it didn't come down to it though, honestly. Truly and honestly. And I hope I have enough dragon shields to like get through today. I think so. I don't think I have more than 100 Ateez cards, but I always think I don't have that many Ateez cards, and it's always way more than what I thought it was gonna be. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I have been feeling super, I don't know, maybe nostalgic is the right word. I feel like it's kinda, but also kinda not. It'd be closer to like ange, like mist, but like the Korean emotion mist, but also the song by Ateez because fire. Closer to that, just like kind of like chill and like very introspective, retrospective, all the spectives. And you know, my friend, bless her heart, oh my gosh, she's going through such a hard time right now. Her job is terrible and she's trying to find a new job, but like the world is just not on her side. And like, I get it because I've been there and I want to help her so bad, but there's really not anything that I can do for her. And like, just remembering, when I went through that time, which I'm happy now, but around the time that I like started my channel and everything like that, well, not then, because I was still in school, but right after I graduated, I got a job, a big kid job, or like a grown adult job, basically meaning that I was on salary. And I was really happy when I got that job, but really the management makes and breaks everything. And it was awful. It was so awful. They made me feel like I was truly worthless. Like everything that went wrong was my fault. Even things that like I had no control over and that I didn't even know about sometimes. It was still always my fault. I should have done something. I should have been better. I should have been more. And like, it really, really broke me down for like the longest time. And I just like felt stuck. Like, I did apply to other jobs, obviously, because like that's not a healthy environment. but I just couldn't like find anything. You know, the competition is really, really fierce for non-credentialed accountants and everything like that. And I just didn't feel like, after spending 6 years in school, I just didn't feel like going and getting my credentials. Like, I was like, no, you know, I have 3 whole college degrees. Why can't I find anything? So just feeling really stuck, and really down on myself and everything like that. And it was awful. It was awful. But, you know, I was really just thinking back to how much Ateez really lifted up my spirit in those times. And I truly don't know what I would have done without them. Like, I'm so grateful to them, because although, okay, I'm a little delusional, but I'm not like that far gone. I know that it is Ateez's job to say uplifting and cheerful things. I know it's their job to pretend to be our cheerleaders. Like, I know it's fan service. Okay. I know it's fake. I know it's a game. I'm not so far gone that I don't know that I'm in an illusion, and a pyramid scheme illusion at that. Like, at this point, it's an MLM. Okay. I know that. But the things that were real were like the positive mindset that, you know, 8 cheerful little bean babies were able to put me in. Like, because they, you know, were able to make me laugh, make me smile for just a moment, I was able to get out of my own head and be like, hey, you are not worthless. You can do this. You can find something better. You deserve better. Those emotions were very, very real, even if, you know, the construct of like Ateez as your boyfriend, which I never bought into that. Like, they are my children. Delusional. Even if that whole construct is again, I know, just a construct to sell more albums. Did it work? I mean, y'all see this stack of Photocards. Like, come on now. So I think in that way, I will always be so very grateful to Ateez. They will always have such a special place in my heart and everything like that. And I truly enjoy K-pop still to this day. I say that like it hasn't only been like 4 years. But yeah, it's truly something that makes me very happy, and that cheers me up when I'm down, and it allows me to make content that you guys have told me like cheers you up when you're down. And I'm so happy that I can do that for you, because I know not everybody always wants to talk about what's bothering them. Sometimes you don't want to talk about it. Sometimes you would rather do anything but freaking talk about it. And I get that. So I'm sorry if you expected this to be a cheerful video. I'm sorry. Jill was shy. She's a different vibe, okay? Sorry. Sorry if it's too real. But yeah, that's just the kind of mood that I'm in today. I recently, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I have been working on getting my credentials recently, actually, a little bit. It is not something that is easy at all, in the slightest. I was looking up statistics, actually, because that's what I do in my free time. Could have been an actuary. And they were like, oh yeah, actually the pass rates for the CPA exam are actually lower than the bar exam. And I'm like, you mean to tell me I could have become a whole ass lawyer easier than it is to get accounting credentials? Like, are you serious? I picked the wrong job. Or I guess the wrong job picked me, because I mean, in my life, I know some people are like, oh, well, whatever. In my life, there is truly nothing else that I ever wanted to do. I always wanted to be an accountant. I was a lame child. Like, I used to ask for calculators for my birthday, pink calculators. I was such an odd child. Looking back now, I was like, wow, how did my mom deal with me? But yeah, It is also still kind of my dream to get one of the old school calculators, the ones that have the lever on the side, and then like it actually like has like a physical roll of tape so you can see everything that you have accounted. I love it. I love it. I have one at work. I just don't use it because it's so unnecessary. But I want to own one because I love it. They're actually quite expensive though. And like they just look old. You know, they don't look modern. I wonder if they make a modern one. I don't know. Anyway, that was a tangent. But yes, so I have been working on getting my credentials recently. Not my CPA. Oh my God, no. I'm not ready for that. That's a full-time job studying for that exam because the pass rates are so low. Like it's not even 50-50. And there's 4 parts to that exam currently. They do plan on changing it next year to make it harder. Yeah. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. But no, I'm getting credentials called the EA or Enrolled Agents or Special Agent Exam, which basically means that like I am certified to handle all matters before the IRS and everything like that. So, yeah, it's a very prestigious kind of thing. And like, again, the pass rates are a little bit higher for this one. It's like 62% pass rate. And there's only 3 parts. So I'm trying to make it sound positive. That is what I have been working on. I have passed 2 out of the 3 parts so far. So that's really, really good. But I'm not that third part. I kind of went in the order of doing it from the easiest to the hardest exam. And I kind of feel like I maybe should have started with the hardest one and then worked my way to the easy ones. But I felt like if I would have done that and taken the hardest exam first and failed, first of all, that would have been a waste of $200 because yes, it costs $200 to even attempt any part of the exam, like anytime you take it. Because like if you fail, you can obviously retake it a couple of times, and then they're like, no, you need to have a 6-month cool off process. They'll ban you from taking the exam if you fail too many times. But yeah, still that $200 fee, again, that's like good Ateez money that I can't be wasting. And since I have very, very real anxiety, I was like, okay, let me take the easiest part first. And that way I can get acquainted with what I need to do to study and prepare for the exam. I can get acquainted with like the testing center and like what the process is, like just get a lot of my anxieties out of the way first. Because I felt like that would help me, so that way I wouldn't be going in nervous, blind, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what I need to do, what I should bring, and what's allowed and what's not, and, you know, all of that. So that's why I chose to do it the way that I did it. But, like, also there's a part of me that's like, we could have done the hard part first. So I haven't even I have not even begun studying for the final part of the exam. I just wanted to take a little break because I studied so hard. I studied so freaking hard for the second part of the exam, and like it burned me out. Like I was like, oh my God, I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. Like I was like do or die. And I was like, if it was that much just for, you know, the second part of the exam, which ironically has a lower pass rate than the third part. But statistics are weird in that you can take any part of the exam in any order that you want. Like there's 3 parts and they're called part 1, 2, and 3, but you don't have to take them in the order of 1, 2, and 3. So I did 3, 1, and now I'm doing 2. So like, I don't know if those statistics are based on people that like have already passed parts 3 in one and are doing 3 last. And so like, they're like, okay, no, I've done this twice. Like I have a handle on it. And so that's why it has a higher pass rate. Like you always have to consider these things with statistics. You can't just take a number at face value. So like that's been going through my head because like surely it would have a much, much lower pass rate if people were doing that part first. Because it is a beast. It is a beast of just like the sheer quantity of knowledge that you need to cram into your brain to pass. But anyways, so yeah, I need to start studying for that soon because also the testing window closes in February and it's recommended that you study for 4 months to take this exam. And if anybody's mathing that math right now, that means, yes, I should have already started studying for this exam. Yes, I'm aware. I know. Yep. Yep. But I don't know. I'm anxious about it because it's the last part and like, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that is what I have been doing. It's just working and studying and getting my credentials. But today I'm feeling gay nostalgic, we'll call it. Why was Eugene under this card? Why did I do that? Why did I make this decision? Eugene. So freaking cute. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Not this card, but like this set. The membership set, because I just now am remembering the Xikers binder's full. So that's fun. Anyway, we're done with Xikers. Okay, we're going to do Ateez. I wonder if I'll even use all of these. This was my like existing box of Dragon Shields. So I was worried that this wasn't going to be enough and that I would like need another box and then I only have 1 box. I'm that kind of girly where I like need backups for my backups to feel secure. Anyway. So yeah, that is what I've been up to recently. Well, I guess even more recently than that. I have been really looking forward to quitting my job. Upside down. No. I won't be jobless. Let me clarify some things. I won't be jobless, but basically I took a part-time job in the summer, still doing accounting and bookkeeping, which is kind of the bane of my existence. Like I can do bookkeeping. I don't like it, but I can do it. I just don't care about people's books that much. I'm a tax girly. Give me the big stuff. So yeah, I took a job bookkeeping and she also does taxes. So I just finished like some year-end tax stuff or business year-end, which ends in October, if you don't know, October 15th. Although technically it got moved to the 17th because if it falls on a weekend or a holiday, they move it to the next business day. Anyway, this is so much stuff y'all don't even know. Y'all don't need to know. Okay. So yeah, we just finished up the business tax deadline and like I was really just reminded how much more I enjoy doing taxes over bookkeeping. Like, ugh. Bookkeeping is gross and people are so picky with how they want their books. And like at a certain point, you have to just be like, hey, that's fraud. You know when you have to just tell people that they're committing fraud. That happens so much more with bookkeeping. It happens a lot with tax too. People are like, can't I just say that I didn't? And I was like, you can. Okay, I'm not here to tell you you can't. But what I will advise you is that that's fraud. So just keep that in mind, that it's a federal fine. So, if you want to go to federal prison, be my guest. It's not going to affect me in the slightest. I'm just here to tell you what it is. Okay? Okay. So yeah, I just work part-time for her. I still make good money though, obviously, since I can still afford to collect all this. But yeah, I did it so that way I would have time to study, to get my credentials, because it was just not possible for me to do such a thing while working full time. And it was incredibly hard to find an accounting tax related-ish job that was part-time, because one thing about my career field is that it is always in demand because it's so rigorous and so strenuous. And I don't know if you know this, but not a lot of people like math and numbers. So like it's always something that's in demand. But finding something that I personally like is a bit harder. So, But yes, I did manage to find something local and part-time. And I learned a lot. Like how I don't like to work outside of my home because it's so pointless. What I do every day is get up, get dressed, put on 5 layers of damn sunscreen to go drive 3 miles down the road, because my office is close, thankfully, but also like I wasn't gonna go if it was far. So drive 3 miles down the road and then go sit at a computer all day and work. And it's like, well, that was pointless. That was so many extra steps to get here that we didn't need to take. Like, nothing about my job requires it to be done in person at all. It's just, old people are used to, oh, you have to go to work for it to be work type thing. My boss says she's on the older side. She's not like elderly. Not that there's anything wrong with elderly women at all. But she's definitely very, very old school. And like I do all of the books digitally, and then she will make me print them out so that we can have a physical copy. And I was like, girl, you just defeated the entire purpose of doing this digitally. And she's like, well, what if all the computers break? And I was like, what? Like, of all the fears I have and all the anxieties I have, I've never once thought, what if all the computers break? Every single one of the computers break. And like, mind you, we're on like internet-based software. So like, it's all saved on the internet. So the whole internet would have to cease to exist for us to lose all of that data. And even then, she also makes me save all of the files to her OneDrive. So it's on the internet, in the cloud, and she still feels the need to have a physical paper copy. And I'm like, we would have more of a chance of this whole office building burning down to fiery cinder ashes and losing everything that way more than we have a chance of the whole internet just disappearing. Like, girl. But okay, whatever. It's your office. Do what you want. I'm just here to make my money and go. Like, I'm not here to argue with you or tell you how computers or the internet or the cloud works. I'm not. Nope. So like, yeah, I am very much into sustainability. It's one of the things that like is very important to me, even though, the people are like, well, we done missed the window to save the earth, so she going down, which makes me very sad. But still, I want to slow that decline if I can. And accounting is one of the professions that creates the most paper waste. So there are like modern firms who are like, we will not print anything. Everything that needs to be signed can be signed digitally. Like, we have the technology. There's just no reason. And so I try to always work for firms like that don't have, papers and documents and things like that, which is, again, why my job can be done from anywhere. Like, I don't need to go to a physical office at all, ever. I don't like people. And I just don't want to. Like, no. So, yeah. I reaffirmed that I definitely do not want to work at a physical office, and I will not do it again. So yeah, I already have another job. case anybody was like worried for me, like, Shy, what will you do? I already have another job. They hired me back in like, what month is it? November? Good God. Good God. In like June, I had already found another job. And it's with the company that I had worked with previously. So like, yeah, I already know them. I already work there. And the only reason why I quit that job was because they like wanted too many hours. I was like, okay, look, I know y'all need people and like, I'm pretty good at my job, but like, I can't be out here. Like, I need to be able to study so I can be credentialed and make more money for this man right here. Like, he's not a cheap man. I know. So that's why I left and then did this. And I was like, well, that was the decision. But, you know, I passed 2 parts of the exam, so I can't say that it was like a waste or anything like that. And again, I really did learn a lot about myself, my working style, my values, and like just kind of reaffirm those things. And now I am very sure of what I want and what I will accept and what I won't. So I don't regret it. And that my boss is misguided but sweet is what I will call her. So like, yeah, but yeah, it's time for Shy to just move it on along, keep it pushing. So I still have to break that news to her, even though I already have another job and I know I'm leaving. She doesn't 100% know that. Like when she hired me, I was like, hey, you know, when I pass my exams, like I plan on leaving. Like this is not ever going to be like a permanent thing. And she was like, oh, well, when you pass, you can just work here full time. And I was like, no. You know, like, because when she hired me, she like wanted me to come on full time. She was like, oh my God, you have all this experience and credentials and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yes, I do. But like, I don't want to work full time right now. People really don't understand sometimes. Like, I want what I want. And even now she like tries, she's like, if you want more hours, you can have it. You can have more hours if you want more. And I'm like, I don't, but I don't though. Like, no, please stop trying to make me a full-time employee. I don't want that. So yeah. But she is like a very sweet boss. So I don't want to like, you know, leave her high and dry. So I'm like trying to figure out a nice way to break it to her and like figure out a way that I can like help her, because I don't want her books to get behind or anything like that because I'm leaving, which yes, I know is like not my fault and not my problem, but still. So yeah, I have not broken the news to her and I didn't want it to stress her out before her daughter's wedding. I am talking to y'all about the most random of things. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just have a lot on my mind. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just didn't want to stress her out or anything like that before on the day of her daughter's wedding. And yes, I'm sleeving just an overlay because I don't have a young. Freaking mini record. I swear to God. And they like announced a new event thing where they're like, oh, well, if you order albums over the next 4 weeks of pre-orders, and I thought it was going to be like a different POB every week, but it turns out it was the same POB all 4 weeks. They just want us to continually buy the same POB. And I was like, you couldn't even put in the freaking effort to put a different picture on this cardboard. Like, really? They're such a snake oil salesman. Truly. Can't stand mini record. Oh, but yeah, so that's what a Shy's been up to in this edition of Chill with Shy. We're doing our best. We're doing our best over here. Oh, I really did run out of these sleeves. Good God. How many Ateez cards do I own? Oh, remember that one time I counted? That was insane. Yeah, we are officially on our last box of Dragon Shields. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. Because again, I buy Dragon Shields by the case. So that means I have gone through at least 2,000 Dragon Shields this year. Wow. Wow. And again, I only sleeve Ateez and Dragon Shield. So that's at least 2,000 Ateez specific cards this year alone. Ah, Kim Hung Joon, could you wait till I get my payment? Oh yeah, if I do pass all of my credentials and like, you know, become a full-fledged enrolled agent, that's a 30K pay bump. Yeah. Yeah. The job that I am going back to actually was like, yeah, if you pass, we'll give you a $5,000 bonus just for passing the exam. And then we will bump your salary up 30K. And I was like, say less, say less. But yeah, they just would not give me the space that I needed to be able to study for such a strenuous exam. So that's why I ended up leaving. But like literally 2 weeks after I left, they were like, hey, do you want to come back for the next tax deadline? And I was like, sure, because there's bonuses. Truly, there's a saying in my family. It's that shy doesn't do anything unless there's money involved. Like, if you think a shy is out here for free, no ma'am. No ma'am. So yeah, I can't wait for that. It's, again, I still need to study for this freaking exam, but like that whole bonus, I'm buying expensive Hung Joons, like expensive. I'm talking EP 1 and 2 broadcasts for no reason at all. Oh, I'm so much. I don't think I will end up owning all of the EP 1 and 2 broadcasts just because they are so expensive. Somebody sent me a post. Also, shout out to that person. You know who you are. Absolutely adore you. She sends me all the great posts, or they. I don't know. I don't know their pronouns. I don't want to. But they send me like all the good posts for Ateez, like of stuff that I'm looking for. And I'm like, how do you brave the open seas of the friggin' hashtag? Like, how? But yeah, they sent me a post of somebody selling their EP1 broadcast, and I'm pretty sure like it was the Halloween Hung Joon broadcast. There are 2 broadcasts that I want to collect from that era that I will, you know, pay the big bucks for. And it's his Halloween broadcast from EP1 and then his chocolate bar broadcast from EP2. If I have those 2, honestly, I'm fine. And I will just call it a day at that. But they're expensive because they have Songhwa on the back for one. And then also those are also just very popular from the EP 1 and 2 broadcast. So it's hard. It's hard to even find them. But, or was it the chocolate bar one? It was one of those 2 that they sent me the post for. And I hated it because like the person, of course, was like taking bids. They're like, oh, I'm taking offers. I'm like, if you're taking offers, just throw it on eBay. Okay. Make it an official bid. Like, I hate it. But I messaged them. I was like, hey, you know, what are your offers so far? Like, whatever. And they were like, oh, I have an offer for $600. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do $650. Like, I really want this card. And she was like, oh no, I'm sorry. They just upped their offer to $1,200. And I was like, in what universe? Like, I usually don't get mad at those things because I don't have a lot of hope for them to begin with. But like, in what freaking universe are we paying over $1,000 American dollars for cardboard? That's getting up there, even for me. Like, I was fully willing to pay $600 to $800 for that card. I'm not willing to spend $1,000 American dollars for that broadcast. Like, no. That's where I was like, no. And with that, we have sleeved all of the cards that we are going to store. I'm sure that you can tell by the timing of this video, the storing Photocards is going to be late. So, sorry about it. I was busy. But we'll get to it. We're getting there. The cards are at least sleeved now so that I can like attempt it after the other things I need to do. There's going to be a binder maintenance video. There's going to be some other video. I got things in the works for you guys. So, you know, we might not be on time, but we're gonna show up. And I feel like that's what's really important here. Anybody that says otherwise, hush. All right. Okay. Chill Shy needs to get out of here so that Business Shy can do business. But if you chilled with me today, I appreciate it. Sorry, it was a little bit darker than usual, but I hope you could still enjoy some part of it. Even if you just muted it and looked at the cards, girl, do you? Do you? Happy for you. But anyways, that's it for Chill Shy today. And until the next time, bye.